Welcome back. Welcome back. So many times in 1 month. It's unbelievable. I know. I can't even believe it myself, but we're here. So, I just sat down to, I started doing lip balms. I had made some in my tray. You can tell I've already taken some off and taken them out of here, putting the caps on them, and I've already got a bucket full going. It's like my Halloween bucket. That my lip balms are in there. And these things are a lifesaver. I don't have a huge one. I've seen really big ones, but I don't need a big one. This one is fine for me. I can do a couple of these and get a couple hundred lip balms made pretty quick. This is one that does like 46 or 48. So yeah, it's a lifesaver because then you can just pour it in, flood the top, and you don't have to worry about pouring each individual tube, which is a lifesaver. And you can scrape the top if you want and remelt this down to not waste. So I'm probably not going to save this though. Don't kill me. It's just I've got plenty of lip balms made, and it was sitting here for a little bit, so I'm not worried about it. But and it probably wouldn't make but like 2 lip balms, so it's fine. But yesterday, one of you guys commented on the video and had a request for me to do a video. Hold on. All right, sorry, I had somebody come in, and then another person came in, and then another person came in. Good problems to have. Not complaining in the least, but just know that I'm doing the best I can with trying to get this video put together for you guys and get these lip balms fixed up here. So, what I was saying, yesterday one of you guys commented on the video and had some questions and wanted some advice on, I wrote down some little notes because to keep me on track of what this person asked. So what they asked was, and I hope I understood exactly what they meant, but some tips moving into a small business from a hobby. So I guess they just wanted tips in transitioning from taking your business from a hobby, or taking this from a hobby to a business. And I really don't know the best way to answer this because this is a very generalized question. It's very generalized, and it could be very different for each person. So I'm gonna like just generalize it because I only know what happened with me and my perspective of my business, and I know that's not applicable for everyone. But I did have a job. I worked as a registered nurse while I was doing this at the same time. So I just did this as like a side hustle and hobby, and what's my bucket? So I never anticipated the transition. It just happened. And I think when you are considering taking this from a hobby to a business, the most important thing to me would be to have consistent sales. You want to be busy, you want to have consistent sales. You almost want to be to a point where you're like, I can't do this anymore, I'm just too busy. And if you can replace your full-time job income while you're working on your hobby, like if your hobby is making you as much as your full-time income, then, and if it's consistent, you know, whether you want to look at that for a year or 6 months or whatever, but if it's consistently bringing you in the same income that your full-time job is, then to me personally, it would be like time to let go of your full-time job and focus on this hobby to make it your full-time job, because this hobby will only grow if you can give it the attention it needs. And it's really hard when you have 2 things going to give them 100% each. You know, it's kind of like a tug of war because you can only have so many hours in the day, and then this can't grow because this is holding you back. So if you can let go of your full-time job and focus on your hobby to become your business, if they're making the same, then go ahead and let that one go and then focus on your business, and it will grow, in theory. And most of the time when we can focus on our business, it will grow. But when you're trying to do your full-time job and your business, there's just really, it can only grow so much because you can only give it so much attention. So that would be my advice is, you know, it's time when your income tells you it's time. It's like, okay, well, if I can make as much as at my side hustle as I am my full-time job, then I know I can let my full-time job go. But you do have to consider benefits if that's, if your spouse doesn't have benefits or whatever. It's these things. There's a lot of other things to consider, but that to me would be the main thing to look at is what's the income looking like, because you don't want to sell yourself short and end up letting go of your full-time job, and then come January, like you make $500 in sales, and then you're like, oh, I got a car payment or insurance or you just want to make sure you can pay all of your stuff and continue to buy supplies to make goods to sell. So I'm not sure if that answers your question, but that would be my main advice, would be just keeping both until you feel secure to let go of your full-time. And then they also asked me about getting sued and for using someone's company name. So I'm not an expert on any of the legal aspects of this. Heck, I might not be doing something right. So I can just let you know what I know, or what I know to be true. And every state is going to be different. I do know that, even down to probably the county or the city. So it's really going to be depending on your state, county, or city that you live in. So you need to look that up. But the first thing that I did when I was looking up my business name, A Girl and a Goat, is I just went to Google and I Googled it. And there is another business that's called, it's like The Girl and the Goat, or The Girl and a Goat, or something like that. It's close, but hers is actually a restaurant. And so I thought it's different, and it's two totally different businesses. And when I looked up my LLC in my state of Georgia, there was no A Girl and a Goat. So I did get my LLC. So it's A Girl and a Goat LLC. And then when I did my website and stuff like that, I looked it up. But you can look up through, I don't even remember if you just Google business name availability, a lot of times you want to make sure that the handle is available on Instagram, Facebook, email. Like mine is agirlandagoat@gmail.com, and my Instagram is A Girl and a Goat Soaps. My Facebook is A Girl and a Goat. My website is agirlandagoat.net. If I didn't already, I think I already said that. So you just kind of want to make sure that your business can be consistent over all platforms, or as many as possible, or at least close. And if somebody else has it, like if you try to do like Lush or whatever, that's like clearly a famous brand, then you're gonna run into people not finding you because they're gonna find the more popular or the mainstream brand or whatever. So there's no benefit by being close to having a name close to someone else. Honestly, you really want to be as close to unique and your own thing as possible. So but yeah, I don't know a whole lot about that, except you can get your LLC. I don't know anything about trademarking, because from what I understand, it's very expensive to trademark stuff, and I don't know that it's worth it, because if someone did like take your business name, like if you had a business name and you trademarked it and then someone was utilizing that, then you can send them a cease and desist letter. But like, what you gonna do? Seriously, like it's legally it's like an expensive legal battle to fight something like that. So, I mean, unless it was really impacting your business, you probably wouldn't even like fight something like that. But yeah, as far as company names, I don't know a whole lot about that. Just Google the name that you want to use and see if it's available, and see if the website's available and all that, like I said. And then they asked me about laws on licenses and insurance. So that again is going to be state specific and country specific. Here in Georgia, so I have an insurance through State Farm, and I have a business license. So in order to sell, you need a business license. Most cities will require it. Like I don't have a business license with the state of Georgia. It's not like required that I know of. It's like just your city. So all the municipalities are probably going to be different on who requires what. I don't know, but like check with your city. Typically your city will require you to have a business license. And I pay for mine every year. I need to pay for it this year actually. It's like $50. It's not expensive. It's just a matter of going through the process to your city and getting that done. And that's important to have. And insurance for your business is important to have if someone were to sue you, like if someone were to have a reaction or get injured by a product. Sorry, like something was in my mouth. If somebody were to get injured or have a reaction or something like that from a product, you want to have insurance. Or like like myself, when you have a storefront, then if somebody were to come in here and trip and fall, I need insurance for that. So I do carry business insurance, and that is going to vary from wherever you live as well. And I would reach out to your local, whoever you use for insurance, and ask them. Not everybody will offer business insurance, but usually whoever you have like car insurance with or your house insurance, just check with them. Let's see. And have I ever gotten into trouble? And I'm assuming that's with insurance and licenses and stuff like that. So no, I have not. Knock on wood. But but I did get caught off guard with taxes. And that's a whole nother video. So yeah, I'm still learning. I'm not the one to ask on that. I'm still trying to learn. I think I found it very difficult for me personally to be working in my business and on my business and be able to do it all well. Like I can work in my business, like I can do these things and I can sell the product and I can make the product, I can order supplies, but it's really hard for me to work on it. Meaning like making sure all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed on all that kind of stuff. So a couple years ago, I did get a fat tax bill. So, and I've learned a lot about taxes, and I'm still learning a lot. But yeah, that would be my biggest, I guess, advice would be to get a good accountant. And right now we do have an accountant, and while they're good, they don't offer me a lot of advice and a lot of, I guess, strategy. So I've YouTubed it a lot, and I've tried to read and research as much as I possibly can about, like, if you have a small business, there's a lot of deductions and there's a lot of benefits that you can take advantage of. And you can open up like, an IRA. It's usually a SEP IRA. So you can do that. There's things that you can do to offset your income, but I won't make this about taxes because that's real confusing, and I'm not a pro at it by any means, but I have learned a lot, and there's nothing like the school of hard knocks. We'll just say that. So yeah, it was discouraging when it happened, but I have learned a lot, and I'm still not doing stuff great. Like I do have QuickBooks, and I utilize that when it's time for taxes, but I don't do it like every month like I should. It's like, I don't know, it's like I just go and I just work and work and work and work, and then realize, oh crap, I need to do this, I need to do that. And so anyway, I won't even get into all that because that wasn't a question, but I just thought that as far as getting into trouble, and I didn't get into trouble, I just had a fat bill, so which was troubling to me, but I wasn't in trouble. So yeah, that's it. And that was the questions that this person had, and I just wanted to answer those. So if y'all have any specific questions like that I can do into a video form, that's fantastic, because it gives me something to give you that might help more than just one person. So I'm hoping that information will, I don't know that I even gave y'all a lot of help, but hopefully it will help someone. And yeah, I got all my lip balms done. So now I just need to print some labels, get those labeled, and what else am I gonna do? I need to make some shower steamers today. I've got a ton of orders over here from Etsy that I can't fulfill all of them because I need to make some plain naked lip balm for that. And but I was waiting on my tubes to come in. So I've got a ton to do. I've got plenty to do. So I'm going to get off of here, get onto that. And I hope some of this information was helpful. And if y'all, like I said, have any other questions or anything that I can help you guys with, just put it in the comments and I will be glad to make a video on it, especially because I'm trying to do a little something every day to be helpful. So Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.